Wale njogere gamba nti omulimba omwelekera n'omutuusa ku mulyango. Muleka alimbe. Listen now to this.
NUP cheated by 1 million votes.
NUP yabba akalulu nga mukubba akalulu bwali buwera obululu akakadde kalamba. Ebyo yabyogera omwaka oguwedde mu kujjukira eyali omulwanyi oba munna UPDF Aronda Nyakairima. Kati ate yagambye eki juzi.
But this time, last year, 2021, they went further and printed their own fake ballot papers on Nkuruma Road. Then those were the 1 million.
Waliwe bakubisa ku Nkuruma Road, akakadde kalamba.
Then they imported from Dubai.
Waliwe bajje Dubai, bwali bwenkana ki?
1.7 million. So
akakadde kamwe emitwalo 7.
Together they cheated 2.7 million.
Awo babba n'obululu obukadde 2.7 oba taswala. Waliwo ababa batudde ennyoma gy'annyomamu abantu yamanyi asobola okutuula onaalimba bulimba bwe yeetakula. That's all BS. Nonsense. Utter nonsense. And with that said, welcome to Mordecai Morisa Live.
You're watching Mordecai Morisa Live political commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
And yes, indeed, okusinzira munda mu ggwanga ali United States of America, ogamba oti okanswenti oli bulungi nze Mordecai Morisa, nkwaniza ku mukutu ogu Mordecai Morisa Live. Yes. Yonna gy'osinzira okubeera ng'ogobeera nkwebaza nti webali nnyo webalire ddala omujja ku mukutu nkwaniriza. Welcome aboard. Kwaniriza waneno. Ate gwe atulaba obulabi nga totwegattangako, please subscribe to this feed, Mordecai Morisa Live. Tugenda kutunuulira Master at Lies, King of Deception, a scoundrel, a charlatan, a complete and utter manipulator, deceptive in nature. He only tells truth by mistake. Amazima agogera atagenderedde, ageekanga bwekanzi. He's so emboldened in his lies nti confidence gy'alina oyinza okugamba byayogera bituufu. Nope, cheated. Confidence. The face gy'ateeka ku ng'akimanyi alima. He knows he's lying. There's no doubt about that. N'ateeka ku face. Yali serious nnyo. N'abantu abamuwuliriza mbu, tuwuliriza muzeeyi. Bwe bamuyita. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Museveni recently came out and made again doubled down on his this time around in a very ridiculous way, doubling down in his election rigging claims. Agament NUP yamubba obululu naye yasooka gamba bw'ati. Let me play this story. Ogirabe bulungi then tukomewo kweno byayogedde eggulo.
The Electoral Commission declared the National Unity Platform Party President Robert Kyagulanyi to have emerged second in the last general elections. President Museveni was declared winner of the elections, having polled 6 million votes, representing 58%. Kyagulanyi, on the other hand, obtained 3.6 million votes, representing 35%. Now, Museveni says National Unity Platform cheated the elections.
I have now got all the evidence.
Like he's mugumu nnyo mu kulimba. Aina face gy'ateeka ku ng'akimanyi alimba. Like that's a talent. A very perverted talent, of course, tegeeza nti nungi. That's a very perverted talent. I have got all the evidence. Look at his face. Oizo gamba byayogera mazima. Because kungeje tumanyi Museveni ateekeddwa okubanga evidence yayogera Gina ngeri awo. Naye I have all this evidence. There's no shred of evidence he's provided. He makes these ridiculous allegations or claims over and over and over again. Please bring out that evidence. I have got all the evidence.
That in the last election, Noob cheated by 1 million votes. I have the facts. Noob can take me to court.
I have the facts. NUP can take me to court.
The same 7 has falsely accused them.
He blames the loophole.
And then he even says that with a smirk. It's really sad. Yuck, disgusting. Then when he was speaking, just a day or so ago, yagambe bwati bulungi nnyo. Let's go and play this one.
But this time, last year, 2021, they went further and printed their own fake ballot papers in Nkrumah Road. Then those were the 1 million. Then they imported from Dubai 1.7 million. So altogether they cheated 2.7 million.
Ku mukolo ogw'okujjukira ebirungi by'omugenzi General Aronda Nyakairima wategeeza eggwanga nti NUP babba obululu akakadde kalamba mu kulonda kwa 2021. Era statement yemu wagizeemu ku lunaku olwa Monday week eno Kasambya n'otegeeza abantu b'omu Buganda nti balekerawo okwekubagiza. Tekiri nti NRM yawangulwa wabula yabbibwa. Era n'otegeeza bannayuganda naddala abali mu bitundu bya Buganda nti ku mulundi guno embeera tegenda kufaananako ng'okulonda kuli okwaggwa okwa 2021. Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti n'otegeeza
kati biki byayogera nga tamubuuza nti wagamba uli kakadde kalamba kalinnye kati ate ku obukadde 2,700 simping. Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti n'otegeeza luli wagamba twagala okugamba bano bonna ono byali mu kukola wale talina kyali mu kukola ali mu kubala kasente mbu yali serious. Museveni byayogedde abikkiririzaamu talina kyakkirizaamu wadde n'ekimu naye bonna bali awo. Performance of an audience for an audience of one person. Omanye okweririjja n'obuuka n'okubasama n'onyenya ekiwato n'okuba eŋŋoma n'oyimba byonna ng'obikola omuntu omu. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. What was the response of the National Unity Platform? But before we go actually to the response of the National Unity Platform, let me read you what Bobi Wine actually had to say. Yayanukudde Mwami Museveni. And again, yadde mutuufu yagambye atya. Let's go on and read his Facebook post here, then tugenda agenda ku NUP where yogera atya Secretary General. Yagambye nti in 2024, when he first made this ridiculous claim that he was cheated by 1 million votes, we challenged this election thief. Okay, Dictator Museveni. Okay, I love these choice words. To a transparent audit of the 2021 elections. Bamusaba leka wabere okwekenneenya okuli transparent okuli independent. Museveni yaddukirawo ate alina obujulizi yadibadde agamba absolutely ku bujulizi bwennyina leka tukole audit mbasinge. Okay. Of course, he never responded to our letter, knowing that he would be exposed. Okay, he now claims that, in fact, he was cheated by 2.7 million votes. This is the very person who engaged in shameless ballot stuffing, changed DR forms, abducted our polling agents, and committed many other crimes before declaring himself winner on gunpoint. What a shameless man. Isn't it ridiculous? Kubanga, NUP afulumya gundi statement eno shortly after Museveni ngamaze okukola ezo claims ogwasooka 1 year ago nga bajjukira Aronda Nyakairima kweyo gundi yategekebwa was it shout? I don't remember. False allegations that the National Unity Platform rigged 1 million vote in the last presidential elections. Bafume chiwandiika ekyo. Nga bagamba, omanyi twetaaga transparent and independent audit ey'akalulu. Ajjajjajja Museveni yaddukirawo. And what was NUP's first response? I will show you. Kuba Museveni omulabi olinga agamba musobola okuntwala mu kooti. He knows that's not going to happen. Nti waliwo kye bayita presidential immunity. Museveni mu kifo kyalimu ekya president w'eggwanga tosobola kumutwala mu kooti kati abyogera amanyi kyekigamba nti oteekeddwa okuba ng'olina a certain level ey'obuvumu n'obugumu okulimba n'okuzanyira abantu ku mutwe amanye ekitasoboka ennyininyini kyasaba. But Bobi Wine responded.
You can take me to court. I am taking you to court, Museveni. Put away your immunity.
Yeah, yamugamba nti put away your immunity.
That Museveni says that the election was rigged. Then why doesn't he disband the Electoral Commission?
Yeah. And that's what I've always said. Abantu bagamba Museveni mukama nnyoyo. Museveni ali tough. Museveni ali tough. Twamuwulira ddinga akwata akakyuka ebyokulonda konna akayuwe. Bw'abakkiriza mu ezo claims nti babba aba NUP babba akalulu obukadde 2,700 n'asigaza byabakama n'abalala. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. Tetukwetagisa kubeera an astute election observer oba political analyst ogamba naye this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't hold any substance.
Why is he still appointing the Abakama who pretended the rigging of more than 1 million votes?
Exactly. Either you are an enabler of incompetency, it is not about meritocracy, but rather complete and utter nepotism, or these are stupid, baseless claims that should be thrown away towards Damukuzogera. Because you can't say that actually NUP cheated with 2.7 million votes. No one in America okufiirwa eyo margin enamba y'abantu eyo nene. Naye n'abanga akimanyi nti ono yali aspiritaninga over akakyuka ebyokulonda akalimu ejjenvu n'atamugoba. It is ridiculous to say the least.
But I cannot help but also add my voice on the same biased Electoral Commission.
Yeah, again, now you got a biased Electoral Commission. Now, let's go on and I think the best response was from none other than the NUP Secretary General, David Louis Rubongoya. He even laughed it off because it was ridiculous to even claim that.
What I can say is that this is laughable, this is shameless.
Yeah.
It's really unbelievable that General Museveni can accuse the National Unity Platform of rigging elections when he knows so well that he engaged in massive election rigging. That election of 2021 has been described as an election from hell, given what the state under his command did. Engaged in ballot stuffing, rigged elections with impunity, arrested our polling agents, captured people who had our DRR forms. Crime intelligence and police were busy picking up our polling agents who had our DRR forms, collecting them from the field. So how can a man who rigged elections, and everybody in this country and in the whole world knows that we had an election that was not free and fair, how can he come up to accuse the National Unity Platform of rigging elections? He's shameless.
Perhaps you're also saying what he said, that the election was not free and fair, but you're saying it is laughable. The president, who was in military wear, was making these comments in a defense and security engagement. Besides being laughable, isn't there a place...
What does have to do? He was in a military wear. So what? Jeez.
To take this very seriously.
Well, we try this serious, but let's go back. Listen to the framing here. Jeez.
You're also saying what he said, that the election was not free and fair, but you're saying it is laughable. The president, who was in military wear, was making these comments in a defense and security engagement.
Okay.
Besides being laughable, isn't there a place to take this very seriously?
I don't understand. Why does he have... Oh my God. Listen to the framing of Samson Kasumba. Ogamba byayogera tebiteekeddwa kubitwalanga bya makulu g'amaanyi naye Museveni yabadde ayambadde engoye z'amagye mu ngoye z'amagye ezo yabadde ayogerako eri abo ebyokwerinda teteekeddwa bitwala serious. You know what he's doing.
Well, for me, I find it very sad that he made such remarks at an event meant to celebrate a fallen hero, a man of integrity, the late General Aronda, may his soul rest in peace. General Museveni shouldn't have made such, unfortunate comments at such an event commemorating the life of a gallant officer who served this country well. So it's very embarrassing.
Do you have a take on the timing of this?
I mean, it's clear that he's setting stage for what he probably wants to do in the next election.
Exactly, that's what he was doing for this election. It was 1 year ago. Akola choice create a preemptive tactics or create a preemptive narrative. Kanjogere kuchino such that bwenziba akalumu 2026 I can actually go back and say mujjukire nabagamba era twabagute babadde bagenda kukola kineno. Preemptive narrative jazgizako kuzimba. It's ridiculous. It is selfish. It is sickening. Now, Bobi Wine, before he headed for a Soroti rally and Saturday, he made comments about the same.
You have heard General Museveni claiming that NUP stole his votes. In the past, he said we stole 1 million votes from him. And then later on, he said we stole 2 million votes from him. Now, yesterday, he came up with a new allegation. He said we stole 2.7 million votes from him. Imagine a person who is supposed to be head of state claiming that we stole 2.7 million votes from him from Kampala. Kampala, which has only slightly above 1.2 million voters.
Like, make it make sense, brother and sister. Agambi.
Okay. Claiming that we stole 2.7 million votes from him from Kampala. Kampala, which has only slightly above 1.2 million voters. So that shows you how detached and how deranged this old man is.
Detached and deranged. Old and wasted. Detached and deranged. D&D. Old and wasted. OW.
And in any case, Mr. Museveni, if you say your votes were stolen, and we say our votes were stolen, therefore the more reason for all of us to agree that people must protect their votes.
That's reasonable. I would support that any day. If you say, NUP gambaba bakalu, NRM gambaba bakalu, okay? Fena sigalo tukumakalu kafete chidamu kutukao.
Therefore, you should not interfere with the rule of law. You should not interfere with the Presidential Elections Act. And you should not interfere with the Constitution. Like we've said numerously, that Article 31 of the Presidential Elections Act provides that the people of Uganda have every right to guard their election. They just need to stand only 20 meters away from the voting table. And that is what we continue to call upon our people to do.
Okay. Nagenda maso n'okuyanga katiriza then yayogedde kweri video gye nabazanyidde ya Museveni ogamba nti abasirikale balina emmundu zirimu amasasi 120 buli mmundu. Stupid ideas. Omukulembeze gwange ayogera ebyo. Okay. The last person who made a comment on this was none other than Joel Bisekezi Senyonyi, the spokesperson of the National Unity Platform.
The law for enabling multiple vote.
It was right here. Let's go here.
He was bothered that we came with the energy, the zest, and Ugandans embraced us, and we thumped him in that election. Never mind that they did all manner of things. Yeah,
we thumped him.
So that bothered him, and I'm sure his hangers on told him, no, this man here, he rigged. And so, I don't know, maybe he believes these things.
National Unity.
He doesn't really believe them. If he believes them, then there's something wrong with his head. But he's a pathological liar. He's a charlatan, a complete scoundrel. He's been doing this since day one. I mean, a man was able to convince reasonable, intelligent elites and intellectuals to join him with the promise of revamping our country from hell. And what did he do when he finally came to power? After having been supported by so many people who believed. But one of the problems that we had faced as a country, as a continent, was leaders who overstay in power. And he said, the problem of Africa, leaders who overstay in power. This is not a mere change of guards. It is a fundamental change, only for him to come and do the same. Everything he complained about Idi Amin and Obote having, engaged in, like disrespect of human rights, corruption, sectarianism, ignoring the rule of law, constitutionalism, and democracy, and everything. We are talking about Buyinza ya Chinyoma. Yabivaku. But remember, ya convincing abalala inti chino chechitulwanya. Even people gotten to an extent of sacrificing their own children. Abalala babatanga bagezako kuma bayekera tibamanyika. Only for him to come and betray them. So, ne baba bakirizamu wale chamwe chimuli ku mutwe. Ne baba tabikirizamu, nze mmanyi tabikirizamu. He's a pathological liar. His immediate impulses ku kintu kyonna kyonna nimbyentya. He tells lies like it's business for him. And actually it's business because he's been able to keep a firm grip on power for this long. 40 years and now he wants 45 years. Sickening. Anyways, I think that's it for today. My name is Mordecai Murisa. You know the drill. Please like this video. Jisharinge, jigabaneke onemikwano jo. Teka kendo uza. Ata subscribe yanku mukutu so. Tujja kuba tudingana. Nkwagaliza okwera bulungi. Weraba.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.